Hello, everyone. I hope that everyone is having an amazing day. So finally, I'm going to have an interview with an amazing artist. His name is Robert Garcia. He will give us a little bit of introduction of how he started his career. And well, I'm very happy to do this show one more time, Guilty by My Own Desires. And I have today again with me the artist and film composer, Robert Garcia. Hello, Robert. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Well, Robert,
Great.
I know that the last time we have some issues, technical difficulties to do this interview. So I was very much looking forward to speaking with you, and talk about your career. And I know that you have a lot of experience and some of the challenges. Like I was telling you, this show is called titled "Guilty by My Own Desires." And so, how did you started your career?
My career started really like I said, 64, 65 with I got influenced with my cousins. They had garage band. My uncle also played with his own band. This was up north in San Jose, and we were migrant workers. And I got to know a lot of people as we went from labor camps and whatever year to year. And then I bought my first electric guitar for $24. It was at Ben Franklin's.
What do
I
you
had to
feel
work.
when you buy your guitar?
Yeah, it wasn't Ben Franklin's anymore, but it was $24, and I thought it was the greatest thing. And I had to work 3 days in the fields on weekends to afford it, because at the time you were making like 95 cents an hour, you know. But as time went on, I got to jam with some guys from high school, and we had some very good groups, cover bands, of course. And some of these guys, I started out as a bass player, and then I advanced to rhythm guitar. And I just love Jimi Hendrix and Kareem, Eric Clapton, and all those guys. And I really got into it, and I became a lead guitar player.
What did
I
you
learned how to
like
do all the
about
feedback and
these?
stack amps.
What did you like about these musicians, like such as Jimi Hendrix? What is what caught
The
your
musician,
attention?
oh, Eric Clapton and Jimmy Hendrix. Oh man, these guys like especially Jimi Hendrix was way ahead of his time. And I don't even think he should. I don't even think his music at this time. How should I put it? He shouldn't be born yet. Maybe another 100 years from now.
Mhm.
But he was so advanced, and he was also in the army. And he was a left-handed guitar player, and also grew, from bottom to top, experimenting with sound, and played with many bands. And he met some guys in the army, and he kept one of them was he played bass with him in a band called Band of Gypsies with Buddy
Oh,
Miles, and that was 1970. That was a hell of a good group.
well, I think that you
But
have some similarities. You are a veteran yourself, so thank you for your service,
well,
Robert.
thank you.
I know that you had gone through a lot of challenges through your life, and like I was mentioning, have you ever felt like guilty about your own desires or pursuing a music career when you have to work in the fields to even afford to get a guitar? So, have you ever felt guilty about that, like wanting something else?
Well, really, in my life, I knew at that time that's what I wanted, but my parents didn't want me to be a musician. They wanted me to work in the post. To say what? But, what changed everything really was when the draft came in and all of us were getting drafted. But I joined the Marine Corps instead, but I was already enrolled in a junior college, and my major was music. I got as far as a semester, as far as they let me go, and I went to active duty with the Marine Corps in February of 1972, and the rest I actually I auditioned because I also play trumpet. I auditioned with the Marine Corps band, and they told me that yes, once you graduate, you're going to be an MCRD with the Marine Corps band. It didn't happen. And after graduation, when they read all the orders, who's going to go to Vietnam, who's going to go where, or your MOS, and then they read my orders. It says RD Garcia, Artillery, 11th Marine Division. I said, wow.
Oh man, so it's
a mistake. I said, I'm supposed to be with the Marine Corps band.
sure.
No. We need more bodies out there. Artillery, field artillery. What can I say, pues? Well, I did my time. I did everything, and I was also an MP in my second duty station, stationed in Hawaii with the Navy. And as time went on, I went back to school, and I got back and finished my my 2-year program. And I had to learn trumpet, I had to learn the woodwinds, I had to learn bass instruments, music skills, writing skills, music history, and all that stuff. It was a crash course for 2 years. Plus, I had to learn how to play a piano for 2 years. I took that course. I got a piano in my house, and I got some here. And
so it looks like after going, after joining, the military, and then going to artillery. And sorry for my pronunciation, but all these things. I mean, I think this has probably been very hard. And then after you finish that, your desire to continue being a musician and learning more about music. I mean, you went to go and get more instruments and learn more instruments. So I guess I would like to ask you what music represents for you. So what music represents for you, Robert?
What I understand what you're saying. Like a lot of people here in Imperial Valley, they know who I am. They know what I do. They hear my guitar playing. And they said, hey, that guy sounds like Jimi Hendrix, sounds like Eric Clapton, or I try to combine. No, really, I try to combine. I'm looking for a different sound, combination of all of them together, with a wah-wah pedal and all the effects and everything. I do that with my music that I recorded, my original stuff. I use 13 tracks. 7 could be guitar, different guitar sounds, and one bass and the drums and everything, which I all do by myself. And I really like more like that sway music, like when I was in Iraq also with the army. And I really love the music out there. And I got to meet a lot of interesting people from Pakistan, Syria, and they were pleased because I liked the music. They actually made me CDs and gave them to me. And I was really happy. I have them here, and I listen to that, and I'm actually getting a lot of good ideas. Now, when I came back from Iraq, I started my band again, and unfortunately, the downfall is that as we continued, I had the drive to keep on perfecting, and I had the discipline from the Marine Corps and the Army that I said, look, you guys, I'm asking more from you guys. We're not going to be just that little garage band, we have to learn how to play all kinds of material, not just rock and roll. That's how you make the money. And unfortunately, the downside, the problem was you have to let people go. Your best friends, they're not producing and they're drinking. And I said, I don't want that. No, that was when we were younger, you guys. We're not young anymore, man. It was time to get serious, and I started buying a lot of equipment. Everything here that I have here is through my retirement, and all it's all mine. I don't owe any bills on all my guitars, my amps, I got 3 different mixing boards. I just got another one, and I don't use computers when it comes to mixing, because I have everything built into my Tascoms, which are back here. I don't think
I can see that. Yes,
but they're back there. And they have all the effects built in, and if you want to add different effects, I have everything separate. Using the computer to me slows everything down. And it's the same thing I have here. I have 32
Well,
channels. What
as
do I
long
need?
as it make you happy, and then you know how to use your tools
Yes.
to make the music, I think that is all what matters. For me, I'm hearing your passion, the way that you are expressing yourself, that you wanted more, you wanted to continue improving and perfecting yourself and your craft. But not many people has that desire in themselves. Sometimes it's okay for people to just say, well, this is all what I want to stop there, and it's okay because that's their success. But for you, what is what you see in your future now in regards to your music career?
I want to continue doing, yes, I want to continue doing what I'm doing. And what I have a nephew that he also uses this place. And he's also, he's getting up there. He's also majoring in music. He's in college right now. And all my family and my mom's side were all musicians. Unfortunately, my dad's side, they're all gangsters. But I chose to be the musician.
Yes.
But what I see in the future here is especially working with Roy. And I have to do also sound, field sound. And we've been out by the Salton Sea doing some stuff. And I use a lot of these Tascoms and the Zoom handheld. And I'm going to upgrade for the more professional stuff because we're going to start going a little bit higher. And also, new actors are coming in, and I'm getting to know people, plus yourself, which is very, very good. And the last time I saw you, I only had about 2 hours of sleep. I was all looking like, God. I just finished a gig. It was over at 3 o'clock in the morning, and Roy picked me up an hour later, and there we are in LA. But
Well, I was wonderful to meet everyone. I have a great respect for everyone. I'm very happy for Roy, continuing his pursuing for the filmmaking community and everything that is going on. I wish my best to everyone. I like to see other filmmakers go there because I know what is behind the scenes. It's a lot of work, and having you as a part of this project as a film composer, you will bring a lot of things to the table with your skills. And you just was mentioning something about that you come from a family of musicians. I also come from a family of musicians.
great.
My grandfather was a composer. He knew how to play different instruments, and that's why I feel an attachment to music, and I like original music. I know that you play some of your originals. How did you create your original music?
It's funny that I, uh, I have some health issues that I've been in hospitals because I'm much better today than before. A lot of it had to do, I guess, with dust and stuff in Iraq, and chemicals and things. It affected my heart, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm in perfect condition. I saw the cardiologist today. But a lot of these ideas I got was when I was in the hospital. When you're under the sedation, the morphine and everything, and you just let your mind fly. And I always recall the sounds, the effects, and I said, I'm going to use this. I remember this. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put that there. And I have my music is very unusual. I think you might have heard some of it. I put it on
Yes, I
my
had the
Facebook one
pleasure
day.
to see recently the film the Roy made, and yes, I heard some.
And there's another one. It's called the Get Out. That was a little lengthier, but I do all the music. And one of my best friends was also in the army, passed away, and that wasn't the downfalls. He was part of the band. He died of a heart attack, and that was a couple of years ago. And my wife does. She sings also in the band, and she does some of the vocals and those tracks. And I use her here a lot of times. Like I can record here because I live next to an airport. The Marines land over here, and it's pretty loud. It reminds me of Iraq and Vietnam and all that stuff. But when I get an idea and I got my tracks done for the guitars, I'll get her up at 12 at midnight. Hey, get up, come on! It's quiet. We got to do some vocals.
Whenever is that inspiration there, you know, is the moment you had to go and grab it and move it along, because you don't never know when the inspiration goes. It is like a spark. I very much understand what you mean. When I have an idea, I wake up, doesn't matter if it is 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, because suddenly you start feeling like bad and you can't sleep, and suddenly I have insomnia, and so I rather to get up and just write it down and have it on paper. I'm sure that is kind of like a similar feeling. Would you?
Yes, Giovanna, I'm here till about 3 o'clock in the morning. Just, I have a couch, I have a TV set. It looks like an apartment in here. Got my bathroom, got my coffee, water, the air conditioning. It's like a second house. So I can come here, relax, and let my ideas flow. A lot of times you'll get your ideas just by watching videos, sound here, there, and there, little clips. But you got to make them yours. You can't copy stuff. You know, you get copyright infringement. But
Yes,
that's not
I
from my.
understand.
It's yeah. Anyway, so that's what I do, and I'll just jot down ideas. Or I got the board. Just press the record button, get my headphones on, plug my electric guitar in the board, and I'm recording the tracks and save the tracks. And you come back next day after you rest that up, get your coffee, come back in here, and it's good to be
Cheers.
retired. In other words, yeah. Started out work in 2008, and I'm doing fine, and I can sleep and get up when I feel like it, and all that. And I right now I have it's three different things that I'm doing.
Well,
My
it doesn't
band,
seem to me like you are enjoying much of your retirement. I think that you're doing a lot of things, you know, Alonso. That's
catching
pretty
up,
fun.
catching up what I couldn't do when I was in the military and when I was with immigration. I work at all kinds of jobs, man. I was not one that stayed in one forever. I always wanted to learn and find out things around the world and get people's opinions. And I got to speak with a lot of people we considered the enemy, but I didn't care. I said I want to know how they were just human as we were, just as human. Unfortunately, the government steps in and you got to do your duty. But here, I have my band, and we're doing very well in this COVID-19 thing. We all got vaccinated, and we things are opening up again. And we have some offers to play outside. You can't dance yet, but it's more like a concert, which I love.
Yeah.
Love to do concerts. I love to do the Santana, the Jimi Hendrix, and all that stuff. You know, from the past.
Well, I'm sure that people is dying to do things like who even will thought about it before we was going to go in the middle of the pandemic. So how are
Yes,
you
yes.
handling you know, the pandemic and your music and the projects that you are involved with at the moment?
I'm not going to say that it was a blessing in disguise, but because of the pandemic, I spent a lot of time in this building. You can't really go. Well, now it's different. You can go out, whatever, go shopping, everything, but then you couldn't go nowhere. So I stayed in here, kept my sanity, you know, and just jammed. And we couldn't get together with a band because of the pandemic. They want to spread anything, but I sort of I can record my tracks and be my own band. Something like what Paul McCartney does. He does his own music. He has his own studio. He plays the drums, the bass, the guitars, the vocals, keyboards. He has his own band. This is himself, and I. This is what I do here.
Well, I
And
think that you are doing what an artist is supposed to do, exploring all of those outlets and see how far can we reach, you know, how far can you go, and each one of those instruments that you put in some of your essence and to make something happening. So I think that is very inspiring what you're saying. So this is the process that you are working on while being in the close down in your own building.
yes, yes. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to have to buy another work desk here, because I'm buying more equipment. I'm running out of this is my little area here. I'm talking to you. You know, you might
Yes.
obviously see my guitars back here, and then I got my other desk over here. But I need another one because I'm buying more mixers and more stuff that I need. I have stuff here, but everything gets old. You have to keep up with the new equipment, otherwise you fall behind. And but we sort of been inspiring other people here because they hear us playing and get a hey Garcia, what are you guys going to be jamming again, man? You know this and that, and pretty soon. And I said, God, I just feel like doing a concert. I know a lot of bands. Feel like doing like a mini Woodstock, you know. So really,
Absolutely.
that's something where you have to get insurance, get an attorney, and all that stuff, get security, and I can do all that, but I know the bands that want to do it, and staging and all that, and just free concert, man, free
Well, maybe
concert.
eventually after this pandemic, some of the people will have an enormous interest or just check it out and do things. But I do want to make a pause, Robert, because you having a background as a military person and being a veteran and all these things that you are sharing with us today in an audience, I believe that is very important for other veterans that are dealing with issues such as depression or
PTSD, yes.
things. I really believe that what you're sharing right now, for all the veterans that are out there and are hearing, they can take something from you because I mean, you put your passion into music and all these bad moments that you recall or you remember, such as, the sounds that you just mentioned to me. I think that it's very interesting what you say, how you can transform something and make music in a positive way. So, my admiration to that, and I believe that you are a very, very strong human being. So, what would you say for your people that are veterans as well?
I I used when I got back from Iraq, I was a total mess. Like exactly when I got back from the Marine Corps. When the Marine Corps was 19, I got out when I was 22, but I had to do reserve time, and then I joined the Army National Guard after that because I knew that if I kept on going, I was going to get good benefits. I had no idea that I was going to get reactivated to go active duty again from the Middle East, and that was 6 years straight. I was very seldom here. Didn't get to see my family. I didn't take any leave. I was always gone, and but on the return, I was a total mess. Total mess. Even when I met Roy, he told me, "Hey, bro, you were very dark, man. Your eyes like you weren't there yet, you know." But what saved my life, and I tell these guys, is you have to do not dwell with the alcohol or drugs because you're not going to go anywhere. All you're doing is just backing up those memories. There is help out there. I got to take medication for the PTSD, but it helps me. But the main thing that works for me is music. Music. And that's what I'm living for. And of course, my kids are all growing up. They're all like in 36 and all that, so they're on their own doing well. One works for the state, one works for the federal. So I get to keep all the money here, no more taking care of no.
Well,
But yeah, I can afford that. I got a U-Haul truck to haul the equipment around.
you're ready for the band. You're ready for the band and
Yes.
make it happen. So, Robert, I really appreciate everything that you're sharing. And so I would like to ask you what you would tell for the young people they want is aspiring to be a musician, and perhaps they are going through similar situations that you have and your past, because so let's face it, at Bakersfield there is a lot of people working still in the fields. They have
Yeah.
they do hard labor. They not many often is recognized, but there are some of the key people that we have food in our tables. And I think that is a moment to recognize that. So perhaps someone is going to get this interview. What would you say for them?
The young people, I was young at one time too, but I went through a roller coaster. What I consider, I live in the East Side, born and raised on the East Side here, and at the time it wasn't much to look at. It's gotten a lot better, but we had the division of the railroad tracks. The Mexicanos stay on your side, and the white people stay on your side. And the same thing with the blacks, and we had Asians, Filipinos. We had our own little town here, and but I loved the rock music. I loved the rock music. I was like, Jimi Hendrix was black, and he loved rock. He didn't do the soul music and none of that. He got ridiculed by his own people. The same thing happened to me here in the East Side. Hey, ¿qué te crees? Gacho, this and that, And I said, hey, but that's what I love. And I got along very well with the white people, and they used to. I had a band, three-piece trio band. We did a lot of that rock and roll, and we got hired over there in the West Side. And I had a following on the West Side, And over here on this side, they said, you got to play oldies, man. You got to play cumbias, this and that. No, I don't have to do what you want. Do what I want. This is what I'm going to tell the young kids. Do what you want. Do not listen to anybody else. Do not listen. I mean, of course, you got to listen to your parents if you're in their care, but listen to your soul, listen to your brain, and you will flourish. You will get up there. This is the same thing that happened to my nephew. He got ridiculed in high school. Oh, yeah, this and that. I said, Stephen, do what you want. Here's Uncle Robert, and he's one of the best guitar players here right now.
Well, that uplifts my spirit because this is one of the reasons why I call this show "Guilty by My Own Desires," because I felt like that what you say, do what you want. I don't listen to other people. So before anybody else tell me you're guilty or something like that, yes, I'm guilty by my own desires, but something that I want. And I wanted to do this show to be open, to have this open conversation, to be able to express ourselves as artists and kind of not cover it up, and I'll be a little bit more real. And what you are saying, it made me very happy. And thank you for sharing this message. And so what will be your message?
My conclusion would be, for one thing, I want to show my T-shirt. These are my relatives, because on my mom's side, we're Apaches. My grandma was born on the reservation in Arizona. And I heard really bad stories of how she was raised, how people were treated in those days. And my grandfather was from Texas, big tall guy, looked like John Wayne, Tejano. And my dad's side, they all came from Mexico, but my parents were born here. The inspiration and plus the message is, do not. You might run into obstacles like I did with the military, but even then I had time to pick up a guitar, acoustic guitar, and then keep on going. You're going to have people that are going to try to make you fail. Everywhere it's called envidia, in Spanish. People don't want you to advance because they're not advancing, but you are. And I was never one of these people that I followed the leader, other than in the military, because I had to have, when I got my stripes, kept on going in rank, I had leadership skills that I had to troops, young guys that I had to lead. But always do not follow a leader. You're the leader. If you follow somebody else's footsteps, there you are. You're them. You're not you. This is why when people know me around here in the area, they hey, man, you still do that Hendrix, you still do that Cream and stuff like that. Hey, yeah, Santana. I've been doing a lot of the Mexican music and things, also. and my battery is dying. So, but we'll put out some videos in when our practices. Oops, Giovanna.
Yes, I can still hear you. I think that it
Okay.
went a little bit
My phone is
sideways.
dying. I don't think you
Okay.
see me. Yes, my phone is dying, and maybe
Okay.
yeah, I got 15%.
Okay.
But anyway, it's good to talk. It's good seeing you again. Good talking to you, and I hope this interview made a difference.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Thank you so much, Robert, for being here with us today. And thank you for all the audience for watching this interview. So I will say goodbye, and I will say goodbye to Robert. I think that we are lost him. Yes. Okay. So thank you for all our beautiful audience, and I hope that you can follow us on YouTube, on Facebook. And today I have such a wonderful time with Robert Garcia. He is a film composer, a musician, and well, his life story is very inspirational. So bye-bye.